Is that a magpie?
Yeah.
I can't believe you salute magpies.
I can't believe it either, no. Sorry, I do generally try and keep it on the down low. But you know.
What have you gone for? Gone fairly trad?
Yeah, roast chicken and stuffing.
You love your stuffing all year round.
I'll tell you what, that little supermarket,
Yeah.
sandwich selection, poor,
Yeah,
compromised, small, and yet
beer
an
selection.
impressive wall of crisps.
Yeah, it was a wall of crisps.
Really was a wall of crisps.
And a lot of beer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, these things are no accident, are they?
Global
They
trends.
sell to what they think that store will sell a lot of.
Large bottles of Euro beer.
Mm.
You know, not the little cheeky little French shallow stubby ones, which I love.
I know, what are they? They're not a litre, are they?
They are.
They're 500.
Oh, that's a good question. I think they might be 750, which is too much for a gassy beer. As they pointed out to me when I was in Holland, Rotterdam recently, it's like, why do you guys? We don't drink out of pints because the beer just goes flat and disappointing quite quickly. And like, it's a really good point.
That's why Australians have a schooner.
Yeah.
Schooner. And I think it's good also because the beer would get warm. If you're sitting outside in Australia, the beer's going to get warm unless you really scull it. The only thing that our friends in the Netherlands and Australia and things haven't quite appreciated is how much, as a nation, Britons are piss artists. Can happily scull away several pints of a fizzy liquid, or indeed a flat room temperature liquid. It's weird, isn't it? If someone went, say what, do you want to you do anything Friday night? Do you want to go and drink 6 pints of Ribena? You'd go, not really, no, that sounds a bit much. I'd be pissing all night. But 6 pints of beer, yep, good idea.
But here's the other thing. It's the prejudice in our country. If we went to the pub at lunchtime now, and you said, do you want a pint? And I said, no, I'll have a half.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as I finished, I go, and now I'll have the other half.
Yeah.
You go, why don't you just order a pint? And I go, because I want it to be fresher. But in the UK, we don't think like that.
No. Someone would say, oh, you big Jessie.
Yeah.
Having a half. Well, that thing that people do where they go, no, I won't have another beer, just get me a half. But they'll hang on to their pint glass and put it immediately into the pint glass. So they're not seen the shame of having a half glass.
I think we need to shatter that.
What? Pint glasses? Why have you bought cocktail sausages? Corn cocktail sausages.
Meatless sausages.
I had some the other day. Oh yeah, some chicken nuggets. Frozen chicken nuggets. I got for the kids. And they said on them, Mum's not approved. And it's like, what does that actually mean?
Some of the ladies on the forums like them.
But that's their opinion, isn't it? It doesn't make it necessarily right because they
unless
could
one of
just
them's a
feed their
food
kids total shite.
One of them could be a nutritionist or a food scientist.
But one of them could be, I don't know, an optician. They don't know anything about nutrition at all. And they're a really bad parent. They're always just giving their kids saturated fat nonsense. I don't know. I just feel like it's not. I know why they're doing it, but it's an open forum.
Would that be like us recommending something now? Like,
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, I mean, see, the thing is, I would recommend them because I think they're quite nice, but.
Quite nice. Richard Porter says they're quite nice. Great taste, said Richard Porter.
No, I didn't say that. I said they're quite nice.
All right, so quite nice. Or your money back.
That's the thing, but if that was the case, people would go, well, who the fuck's he to talk about that? He writes about cars for a living. And he has incredibly childish taste in food. So, you know, go figure.
Have you ever had somebody say, I bought one of those cars because I watched or read a review that you were involved with?
I think so, yeah.
Ah.
Have you? Heavy responsibility, isn't it?
I felt a little bit guilty.
I say particularly, unless someone's really into cars already, I just tell them to go and buy a Toyota or a Honda or maybe a Kia. And the main reason is I don't want it to break down, because then they'll come back and they'll shout at me. So I go, I just want to get a car. Get a Honda. Well, I don't really like the way it looks. Get a Toyota. Only a bit boring. Get a Kia.
That sounds aggressive.
Yeah. I just don't want them to stop bothering me.
When people go, oh, I bought one of those because you said that they were really good, I thought, oh fuck, I hope they were happy. And then after that, I always say to people, obviously, I've given you some facts on the car, and I've also given you my opinion. Well, for goodness sake, don't buy it until you've tried it. Don't just then click the button order and order it.
I smashed my head between two house bricks because you said that was a good idea. Did I? I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. I think it was on fifth gear.
That was a YouTube influencer who must have said that, wasn't it?
But you should have thought about it first. You should have thought about what would happen if you slammed your head between two house bricks. Did you think about that? No, I just did it because you said so.
Oh,
that guy we met this morning,
Yeah.
he came over and he was a lovely chap. He started talking to you and he knew lots of stuff about you. And there was no kind of preamble.
Well,
He was just immediately someone who knew a lot about you, like what cars you own, in a nice way. But I thought that's quite funny, isn't it? How,
that's the world we live in.
I suppose particularly prevalent, you know, if you're on telly or something. But also just if you're out there in the world, you've ever said anything, which anyone can do on a forum or have their own YouTube channel, and then suddenly it's like someone could pick up on it, and the next thing they're at the bottom of your garden with binoculars or something.
Yeah, that's the thing he hasn't told me. He does live at the bottom of my garden in a chicken coop.
Did he get a bit panicky when you went, and where do you live? Oh, no, move around a lot.
Yeah, they come from a military family.
Yeah. Yeah, I was an army kid, so I lived all over the place, mostly sort of in the bottom of your garden. Oh, shit, I've said it.
Difficult car to have a picnic and lunch in this.
It's, not enough
Because there's distinct lack of cubbies,
serving areas.
which is why the area behind the seats, like you're comfortable in this current
Pretty good. Yeah.
adjustment, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a ton of, when I say a ton of space, it's quite a lot of space back there. It
Yeah.
needs a net.
I don't know.
It needs an elasticated net. A sausage net. Not mum's net, a sausage net. Oh, that sounds awful, doesn't it?
A sausage net sounds definitely like there's a euphemism for something like that, but I can't figure out what. You know whose name sounds like a motorway service area? Kanye West. I always say that, I just go, I can imagine that. It's on the M1.
Yeah.
It's Kanye West. It's one of those ones where you go, is there a Kanye East? No, there isn't. But the Kanye West is it's one of those really old school concretey ones, and it's got a tower.
It's a bit brutalist. Yeah.
It might even be one of those ones where it's, or maybe this is why it's called Kanye West. They were going to build Kanye East, but ran out of money. It's all on one side, and if you pull into the southbound carriageway, you have to bridge it. Yeah, bridge it over. And that's that's why some people don't like Kanye West, because it's a bit of a walk.
Inconvenient.
Yeah. But it's got a certain brutalist charm, and
Kanye West.
Would you like an extremely thin digestive?
I've
biscuit?
never seen this.
No, they're weird, aren't they? I had to buy them.
So
I'm such a sucker for new shit, though. Honestly,
Hang on a minute.
McVitie's could just go. We've invented these new biscuits. They're basically like normal digestives, but we smeared a bit of dog shit on each one. And I go, well, they are new. I better try them just to make sure.
I know what you've done.
What?
You know we're in an extremely light car. And you've gone, if you took a...
These are endorsed by Gordon Murray.
These are Gordon Murray McVitie's. That's what they are, Murray's McVitie's. They've gone, why have normal
Hang on.
digestives? If you're in a car that weighs 1,100 kilos, you don't want a full, thick, width digestive. You want a thin one. That's a brilliant idea. Can I tax one?
That was all.
They are so thin.
I don't know. It tastes pretty much like digestives. So really, they are. You're right. These are This is a Gordon Murray digestive.
They are endorsed by Gordon Murray. They must be.
I should have had some quavers as well.
Oh yeah.
The official crisp of Gordon Murray. Not that he knows that, but in my head they are the lightest crisp, and therefore Gordon Murray's
Do you think he's
favourite.
always slightly hungry? Because don't be full. That's inefficient. It's totally inefficient.
But see, I don't think he'd ever drink a full coffee, because again, he wants the caffeine, so he's an espresso man.
He's espresso all the way. So's Tiff.
Yeah, but that's for different reasons.
It's for
I don't
just
even
for
know
potency.
why. This is because, yes,
It's
Tiff just
maximum potency.
Tiff has an espresso, but then he has 6 of them put into a cup at once. It's just to keep the energy levels.
Anybody else, cock would shrivel and fall off. Tiff, it just fires him up. He's going full direct injection. Yeah. Go on then. In your life on Grand Tour, what hilarious / weird dietary requirements have people got, or strangest places that you've had to get food from whilst filming?
I can't really think about it. All I can think of is that the angriest I ever saw James May.
Ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Was hungry on a job?
No,
Not hungry.
but it was food related. So, way back, Top Gear, we were just getting successful, I guess. And I think James was just getting well known. This was probably after. There was a period. It's strange to think this now because James is a globally famous man.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get arrested. I mean, we did that thing. Have you ever seen on old Top Gear? We did the City Rover covert road test, and James just went to a Rover dealer and did it, and that would have been what, 2003, I guess.
Yeah, it couldn't have been much further after
And
that.
not one person in that garage went, "Hang on a minute, aren't you James May out of Car Magazine and also off the telly?" It just didn't. Even though he'd been on TV, done old Top Gear, he'd done Driven.
I was going to say, yeah.
He wasn't an unfamous man, but he was only well known amongst people who read magazines or watched those shows. And he was able to do a covert bit of filming with no disguise on at all. And we had this idea that we, in the office, this was just a few of us talking shite in the office, we had this idea that we would, in some way, make James massively famous in Germany without him realising it, by just plastering German cities with posters of his face with some kind of intriguing slogan on them and stuff. Or maybe put him into a pop video for a really catchy Euro dance song.
Oh God, that would be so
and
good.
attribute it to him. And then James would go to Germany quite casually, just, I don't know, for leisure reasons, and be baffled as to why he was getting mobbed. Of course, the thing is now he would go to Germany and get mobbed because he's that guy off that TV show that became quite popular.
If he was like the Hasselhoff, the second coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the gag, such as it was, and we were probably quite bored at this point when we were talking about it, was that it's just making someone famous, but they don't know why or how this is happening.
Right, okay.
Sort of like that episode where Homer Simpson keeps getting recognised by Japanese people because he looks like the logo for some Japanese company, but he doesn't realise it.
Maybe that's what he could be. James could be on the packaging of something.
That would have worked, yeah. If he was just like the face of cornflakes in Germany.
Like kitchen roll, and he's
or
the
like,
guy holding the kitchen roll or something.
Or just something, yeah.
Not
something,
car-related.
but something uniquely German as well. Like some brand of like currywurst or some sauce that is huge in Germany, and we just make James the face of it, but we don't tell James that that's what's happened. But it wouldn't work anymore.
It's too famous.
Yeah. At the time, this felt like an amusing prank that we never went through with too much work. But around this time, or just afterwards then, he was well enough known that his love and the general love in our office for sort of ginsters stuff had come out, and we got sent a massive box, or boxes even, of pasties and sausage rolls and those slice things.
Yeah, I know the slices.
And generally under BBC rules, you weren't allowed to keep freebies.
True.
You had to send them back.
Yeah, that's true.
And there weren't really any grown-ups around the office, and somebody just went, "It's food. For fuck's sake, it's ridiculous. We can't send it back. It'll go off.
Let's hide it.
Let's just." There's a fridge in the office. We just bunged it all in there.
And you demolished it.
And it got demolished. But the thing is, the box from Ginsters or whoever it was addressed to James, and he wasn't in the office because in those days they weren't in the office all that frequently. They just come in when they were needed. And he came in like the next week. And someone went, "Oh, James, did you get any of those pasties and things that got sent for you?" And he went, "What?" And he went, "Yeah, they sent a massive box of rolls and pasties and things for you, but unfortunately we think we've eaten them all." And he went, "You've eaten them all? But
They
were for me. And yeah, sorry, I suppose we could ask them if we could send some more. He was like, I can't believe you've eaten them all. And it was like, that's as angry as James would ever get. It was more disappointed. But I never. Well, you could see that he was properly pissed off, and it was all because we scoffed some sausage rolls with his name on them. Fair enough. He bloody loves a pasty.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a sweaty one.
No.
It has to be a buoyant pasty. I like it when the seam of a pasty, the crimped line, it is as thick as rope. It's twisted, really nicely baked rope. And you can almost remove that separately and have that as a bit of a breadstick.
I've got to put these away before I eat one.
Yeah, you are going to. I'll have one just for the road. We've got a Westfield or a Caterham Warrior.
There's a Caterham there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stripey, look at it.
Old guy, cap, naturally. He's actually holding up the traffic, which never happens with a Caterham.
It's weird, isn't it?
He's holding
really
up.
taking it easy. I think he needs to maybe trade that for a Morgan or something. He seems to be pottering. They're not really pottering cars, are
No,
they?
he should trade that in for Morgan. We should have a word with him.
Yeah, just chase him down.
Well, it's not going to be bloody hard.
Excuse me. Word of advice for you. You have got the wrong car. This could be a new service. We could be like sort of private detectives, but we just go around hunting down people who've plainly got the wrong car.
It's like Trini and Susanna's what not to wear.
It's more guerrilla though, because we're actually approaching them unsolicited. They didn't ask for our advice, but they're fucking well getting it. It's the converse of the problem with recommending cars to people and going, oh, for God's sake, just get a Toyota so it doesn't break down.